Ahoy! I'm Kimberly with the West Florida Public Library here with our 2021 Summer STEAM program for Week 7, High Seas Fun. If you didn't pick up your Maker's Box for Week 1, make sure to pick that up because it has some important tools for you to work on our Week 7 crafts, which will be in your Week 7 bag. On the inside, you'll find all of the materials for our Week 7 crafts, starting with cardboard swords, which will come with a template to cut out your sword on the cardboard to cut out, which the scissors will be in your Maker's Box. And you'll join Crewman John in his video later now to help you design one of these. Next we have our Origami Parrots. You'll get your own sheets of origami paper, little square papers, to make your own friend on the high seas here, which you can decorate yourself with some markers also found in your Maker's Box. We also have our Cork Pirate Ships, coming with some corks, rubber bands, a toothpick, and you'll also use a construction sheet to make your little sail here. And then we also have the sunken treasure bottle, which will be instructed by our first mate Tiana, filled with all kinds of goodies and sparkles here to make your own sunken treasure bottle. So have fun making all your crafts, and make sure to visit mywfpl.com for more information on our summer program and track your progress on your Beanstack app. The instruction sheets will have their own code at the bottom so you can get your badges on Beanstack. Okay, now have fun, go on an adventure, and bon voyage!
Hi, this is John with the West Florida Public Library. This is week 7 of the summer program that we have, and today we're going to be talking about cardboard swords. So, what are some of the things that you need to make a cardboard sword? Well, first of all, cardboard would help. So we're going to have cardboard. Then you're also going to need scissors to help cut out the cardboard sword. Then you're going to need markers or crayons, along with some craft paper, and that's all done in order for you to design your cardboard sword however you would like to. The next thing you're going to need is, of course, a pattern for a cardboard sword. You will have 2 sheets in your project, and you're going to tape them together to make your cardboard sword, pretty much like this. Okay, so then once you tape it together, you're going to cut it out so that you have a cardboard sword that looks like this. Okay, so once you're through cutting it out, then you can design it, color it, do whatever you like to with it. It's pretty simple. One of the things that you're making today, though, is what they call a cutlass. There's lots of different swords that are out there, but this one's called a cutlass. This was a favorite one for the pirates, also for any sea-bearing sailors during the pirate times. Now, the reason they used the cutlass was for several reasons. One, it was sturdy enough to hack through rope that, was all over the ship. And 2, it's short and small so that when they're fighting in close combat, you don't have to wield a big sword around like the Knights of the Round Table used to do. So that's why they used these type of swords to fight. Another thing about pirates, and you may not have known this, pirates wear the eye patches, right? Well, that's an awful lot of pirates who have lost their eyes, but that's not why they use the eye patch. They use the eye patch because when they're above board on the ship, it's sunny. When you go below the ship, it's dark. So when the pirates went below ship, they would switch over the eye patch to the other eye, because the eye that had the patch over it was already in the dark, and it would acclimate much quicker so that when they went down below they could see. Because you ever try to go from the light to the dark, you'll notice that it's hard to see and you have to wait a few seconds while your eyes adjust. But that's why the pirates wore the eye patch. Also, on here, you need to go to mywestfloridapubliclibrary.com to claim the badges and use the code SWORD, S-W-O-R-D, in Beanstack and record your progress towards your prizes. Well, that's pretty much it for your cardboard sword. Cut it out, have fun, and we will be talking to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Kimberly with the West Florida Public Library, here to talk to you about our Week 7 summer craft, Origami Parrots. Origami can be a little hard with just written instructions, so follow me the best you can. We'll start with our square piece of origami paper here. Now fold it in half on the diagonal to get the center line. Once you unfold it, fold the other corners to the center line you just made. Turn your paper around and unfold it, and then do the same on the other sides. Once you unfold it, you should see two X-shaped creases on either side of the paper. Now turn it to the side and carefully pinch together at the creases . And make a crease on the corner to create a little triangle in the center. Repeat this on the other side, and you'll have what's called a fish base. So now you have these two little triangle flaps in the center. Take one and fold it up like so to make another little triangle. And repeat on the other side as well. You're doing great. Now fold the whole paper in half so your little triangles are on the inside. Now fold up this corner lengthwise, and you should see the little triangles inside. Those will be the feet, and this end will be the wings and tail. The most popular origami is probably the crane. There's even a legend that if you fold 1,000 paper cranes, you'll have a wish come true. To make the head, open the center again to reveal the feet. Now fold down the top down to the wing line. Now you're going to fold the triangle back up, but leave a small section inside. Fold everything in half again, so you form the wings and feet, and you'll see the head as a big triangle poking out. Now this is maybe the trickiest part. Push down on the head and make a crease so the triangle flips downward. It should look something like this. We'll do a similar thing to make the beak turn inwards. This time we can pre-fold it pointing up so there's a crease to make it a little easier. When you unfold it, this time you'll push up on the beak, and you may need to hold it from both sides to make it crease in the right position. Mine's a little too close, so I'm just gonna carefully pull it back out a little bit so it looks correct. And there he is. We did it. He can even stand up on his little feet. When you're finished, make sure to track your progress on Beanstack or mywfpl.com and use the code PARROT to claim your badge. Maybe if you fold 1,000 paper parrots, you'll find a hidden treasure. Okay, great job. I'll see you next time. Hello, this is Kimberly with the West Florida Public Library, here to talk to you about our Week 7 summer craft, the Cork Pirate Ship. Let's grab our materials. You'll need 3 corks, a toothpick, 2 rubber bands, a marker, some construction paper, and some scissors. So we'll take our 3 corks here and scoot them in close. Take our rubber band, maybe loop it around twice if it's too big, and put it around the corks so they squeeze together. And then do the same with the other rubber band and have them on the other side. The tension from the rubber bands makes the raft stable. If you have too much tension, the corks will all jumble up and not lie flat. Now let's make a sail. Have your toothpick nearby so you don't cut out a piece that's too big. You can either make a square or a triangle or anything else you can come up with. I'll stick with the square. Decorate your sail with a symbol for your sailors or pirates. Now let's get our toothpick to make the sail. Carefully poke the toothpick through the top of the paper and then back out through the bottom. And then you'll have your sail. Now, real ships can have a bunch of different sail types. You can have the square, the triangle, and you can even have multiple squares on one mast. Speaking of mast, let's put it in the ship. Take your toothpick and carefully poke it into the center cork of your raft. And there we have it. Now, before we test if she's seaworthy, let's learn some nautical terms they used on the ships. Now, to avoid confusion, they called the left side the port side, because this is where they would load up their cargo at port, and the right side the starboard side. The back was called the stern or aft, and the front was the bow or fore. This way, no matter where you're standing on the boat, you would know where to look if someone yelled, "Quick, rubber duck off the port side," or "A blue dog on the starboard side." "All hands on deck, danger spotted at the stern." Whew. Alright, let's take her on our maiden voyage to see if she'll float. Ta-da! Oh wait, we forgot her captain. Now your ship's ready for the high seas. Or at least the small sea of your bathtub. When you're all done sailing, make sure to visit mywfpl.com or use your Beanstack app to track your progress for our summer program and use the code SHIPS to claim your badge. Alright, thanks for joining our crew. I'll see you on our next adventure.
Hello everybody, and welcome to week 7 of our summer reading program at my West Florida Public Libraries. My name is Tiana, and this week we're going to be doing sunken treasure bottles. So first things first, let's get our supplies needed. I'm going to show you how we made it from scratch, but when you guys get your kit, it's going to look a little different. So just make sure to pay close attention to how it looks when we start and how it looks when you guys start. First steps, you're going to need a plastic water bottle with about halfway filled with water. Next, we're going to need baby oil to fill the other half of the water bottle. Glitter. I have white and green for today for our sunken treasure. Some shells and rocks. Sand, and food coloring. I chose navy blue for our sunken bottle today. So first thing, we're going to clear our working space, and we're going to open up our water bottle. So you want to make sure you're really careful once you're transferring all the supplies into the water bottle. If you have a funnel at home, you can use that. But if not, you just have to have really good aim. This can get a little messy, so you might want to do it over a sink or make sure that your area is nice and clean. I'm gonna put the sand in first. Now that the sand is in, we're gonna move on to our glitter and rocks. First, I'm gonna put the glitter. And then next we have our rocks and seashells and whatever other crafts you want to put in here. If you have some beads laying around or some charms or anything like that, anything that can fit within the spout of your water bottle, please feel free to put into your sunken treasure bottle. And next up we have the baby oil. We're going to pour that in. And last but not least, this is the fun part, is the food coloring. You don't need too many drops because you want to still be able to see all of the different things you have in your water bottle. And as you see, the food dye is cutting through the oil and we're trying to get it down there to the water. An additional optional step is you can glue your water bottle top closed just so there's no spillage or anything like that. And we watch as our water transfers down through the oil into our water and turns the water blue. And you can give it a shake nice and slow back and forth to get all the materials in there mixed together. In this activity, it's also known as a sensory bottle. So sensory bottles, they help with calming you down because you watch slowly as the things move through the water bottle, similar to things in the ocean as the waves go. As you can see, the glitter and our rocks in there moving nice and slow, creating some waves. You have our sand down there at the bottom. Filling this water bottle to make our sensory bottle or our sunken treasure bottle helps with fine motor skills, and it also is very relaxing and fun. And you can make it tons of different ways, different colors, different things. That's what makes the sensory bottles and your sunken treasure bottle unique and fun. And a fun fact about treasure and sunken treasure is they're actually still finding treasure to this day. The most recent pirate treasure was found in 2007. It's known as the Black Swan treasure, and they're still finding bits and pieces of it off of the coast of Spain. And there you have it, guys. Again, this is week 7 of our summer reading program with our sunken treasure bottles. My name is Tiana, and I hope you enjoyed and you have fun with your new sunken treasure.